And hello YouTube, this is GSmaniamsmart, and I'm telling you a brand new video for Gaming with GS, and today we're here on Guild Wars 2, and I want to talk to you guys about the easiest ways to get Core Tyria Mastery Points. I sort of touched on this in a previous video that I uploaded, but I never really went full depth into it. If you happen to be someone who doesn't have a lot of Core Tyria Mastery Points, as you see, I have all of mine completed. But for a lot of these, you actually need a total of 49 points. And, you know, when ArenaNet released this new system, the only real way we had of getting Core Tyria Mastery Points was based off of achievements. So if you're someone who basically just boosted your way to 80, you probably don't have any of these points. If you're someone who hasn't done a wide variety of content, you probably don't have any of these points either. So for some of us, we were pretty much stuck for a while and having to do achievements to get these Core Tyria Mastery Points. But to be quite honest with you, recently when I finished doing mine, I came to a point where I basically needed to get all of these and all of these. So I needed like what, I needed like a good 15 points, right? So I went through the achievements, checked which ones are easiest to do and whatnot. And that's kind of what I want to show you guys today, is talk about the easiest ones to do, how to do them very quickly, and it's not as difficult as you may think it is. There are some really easy ways to get these, and if you just put a little bit of time into it, you can pretty much build your points up so you can finally get all of the little mastery lines here. So anyway, I'm going to be rolling some relevant footage in the background while I talk about each of these different ones. And just a quick note, the music you're hearing today in the background was actually especially requested for me to put on the video. One of my good friends, Haley, her boyfriend actually does piano, and he did a really nice Kingdom Hearts 3 mock soundtrack. So that's what you're hearing in the background today. If you want to check it out, if you want to check the full soundtrack out, you can see the link in the description. I'm not really getting anything from this, just trying to help a good friend out. So firstly and foremost, I think one of the best ways to get your points, and if you don't have this content available, I suggest you invest some money into it, or you invest some gold into it, because it saves you so much time and so much trouble. Not only that, but I think it's a really good idea to get this, is the entire Living World Season 2. Every single episode that you complete in Living World Season 2 gets you a free mastery point. You just have to complete the episode, that's all. That's 8 points right there. So out of your 49 points that you need, 8 of them you can get just from doing each of the Living World episodes. Now, if you want to get all the achievements for all the episodes, you get another 8 points. So you have 16 points simply just off of Living World Season 2. If you don't have any of the Living World Season episodes unlocked, you can either buy it or you can use your gold. I think it costs between 200 to 300 gold, depending on what the exchange rate is. But I actually bought all the entire season with gold just. So I suggest you save up some gold, invest in that, because that's how mostly, once I got stuck with like all the hard achievements that I didn't want to do, like all these rare collections and all the fashion stuff takes so much gold, I basically did Living World stuff to get the last few points that I needed. So that's one of the best ways to get it. Definitely recommend you to try it out. Plus, you get some story, you get some lore, you get caught up with what's actually going to be happening for Living World Season 3, which is also good to know and also good to have. And I enjoyed playing through it. So there's 16 points right there you can get. And then you can get another 11 points very easily off of just doing the entire personal story. Surprisingly, there's a lot of points you can get here, and you can get 27 mastery points in total if you count the Living World season, and then you count the personal story. That's 27 points already. So over half of your mastery points can simply be done by doing the Living World and doing the personal story. 11 points are off of the personal story and just getting to level 80. Get to level 80, do the entire personal story, do every quest, and you'll get another 11 points. I know a lot of new players just boost their way to 80, or a lot of people don't like doing the personal story because it's a bit slow, or it's a bit boring, or it's too easy. But if you want these Core Tyria Mastery Points, do the entire story, because you're gonna get a good amount of mastery points off of that. From here on, it's pretty much, well, I got all of this, now what else can I get that's really easy? Well, for one, you can do the spoon collection. The spoon collection is actually fairly easy. I think it's called, the achievement is called Koutalophile. I don't exactly know what but it's a collection, and it's actually very easy to do. It's like a little scavenger hunt. You have to go across Tyria and talk to certain heart vendors and buy the spoons with karma. One of the spoons you get from Tequatl. I think another one, I forget. You may get one for fractals. Is that? I can't remember exactly where. I know 2 of them you have to do specific events to get. But if you go on the Guild Wars 2 wiki and look up this little achievement, you can just follow it through. Go down, scroll down, and just follow the little guide they have there on the wiki where all the spoons are. And it's very easy to do. The only one that may give you a problem, and I've recently just gotten this spoon, is the one that costs 12 guild commendations. It's actually an ascended trinket. So once again, do your guild missions, because they do help you out with getting this achievement, and it's very easy to do. So there's that one. And then you can get the Dive Master as well. The Diving Master achievement gives you another Core Tyria Mastery point, and it's also fairly easy. There's only about, I think, like 35 diving locations, and you know, you could go through the list with a friend. Once again, all the locations are on the wiki as well. They have a nice little list with the waypoints and everything, and all you gotta do is just go down a list of waypoints, get all the diving locations, and it's a free, easy Core Tyria Mastery point. So then, Mastery point number 30. Right now, we've gone over everything, and here's point number 30 that you can get in my little list here, is the Lion's Arch Exterminator. And this one can take you a bit, and I suggest doing it with friends, because I actually took like me 2 hours to do, and I did it with some friends, and it was pretty fun. You have to find all the Karka hatchlings in Lion's Arch. This is also an achievement, and you also get, I think it's Princess, which eats all of your bloodstone dust, I think it is. Is it bloodstone dust? No, I think it's dragonite ore. I think Princess eats all your dragonite ore, yeah. So you'll get a nice little cool item that you can just get loot bags from 50 dragonite ore always. That's one positive thing about it. That's why I recommend doing it. Plus, it isn't too difficult to do. It's a nice little fun activity you can do with some friends if you have nothing to do in game. Then for the 31st mastery point, I suggest doing Hidden Gardens, the jumping puzzle in Mount Malestrom. It should only take you about 10 minutes to do. There's video guides on YouTube about it. Just have the video open in the background, follow the video, just Alt-Tab out, Alt-Tab back in. Very easy to do. It isn't that hard of a joining puzzle. It's pretty short, and a free, easy mastery point there. Then, speaking of joining puzzles, if you do the Silverwastes joining puzzle, which is the Retrospective Runaround, that achievement will also give you a mastery point as well. And this isn't really a hard joining puzzle at all. It's very easy. There's not much jumping involved, especially with gliding now. This joining puzzle is even easier to do. But once again, follow the video guide on YouTube that I know a lot of people have already made videos about this. And it's a bit of a long joining puzzle, but it's not hard. You just have to follow certain paths and make sure you get all the checkpoints, because if you don't, you won't get credit for it. And then while you're in Silverwastes, you may as well do all of the Silverwaste legendary bosses. Now, while you're doing the Silverwaste meta event and while you're chest farming, a lot of times you'll see legendary bosses spawn at different forts. If you recall, there are 4 forts in Silverwaste: the purple fort, blue, yellow, and red fort, right? And sometimes I thought it'd be very rare for these bosses to spawn, but actually I just went into Silverwaste today, and as soon as I went in, there was already a legendary boss spawn. So they're not that rare. Don't be discouraged by if you don't see, you know, a boss, you know, one round. You may see it next round. But if you do these Silverwaste, if you just hang around Silverwastes, I know a lot of us already do this because we're just farming for gold. But if you do Silverwastes a lot, you probably already have some of the achievements where you've killed legendary bosses. Just, you know, stick around different forts and just watch for these legendaries to pop up, because you can get easily 5 mastery points off of that. Just from killing all the bosses. There's 4 bosses. You get a mastery point for killing each of them, and then you get another mastery point for killing all of them. So it's 5 easy mastery points there for just hanging around the forts and killing the legendary bosses while you're doing your Silverwaste farming anyway. So up to now, we have 37 mastery points so far. You can get 2 more mastery points from doing Tequatl the Sunless. You get 1 for just beating him. So if you haven't done Tequatl yet, then you should definitely do it, because you should always be doing that, because you get tons of loot off of that. You get tons of gold off of that. And now you get achievements off of it too. You can also do all the achievements in the Tequatl section. It should be under General in your achievements section, under General and then Bosses. I think Tequatl has like its own little section. But you'll see there's several achievements there, and they're all fairly easy to do, especially now since everyone knows how to do Tequatl and groups are pretty successful at doing Tequatl. These are pretty easy achievements to do, and it just requires you to do Tequatl a few times. Make sure you have the timer up, see when he pops up, because it only pops up I think like every 5-6 hours, I think it is. But if you finish all the achievements that are related to him, then you also get another mastery point. So do that as well. Then for our 40th mastery point, if you do the Queen Skritt, there is a boss, a champion, in Dry Top once the Sandstorm event has finished, meaning that once you've completed all the regular events before the Sandstorm event, if you go into Dry Top on the right side, you should see it saying something like Sandstorm starts in and then some time. If you happen to get tier 4, which a lot of maps are capable of getting now, it's not too difficult at all anymore. So today I just went in Dry Top and a random map already had tier 4. So as long as you reach tier 4 in Dry Top, you're able to fight the Queen Skritt in the map, and she also, just by defeating her, gives you another mastery point. There's also a nice little rich quartz node there that you can mine, and quartz is selling for a pretty good amount, so that's also a good thing to do every day by going to the little quartz node there to harvest that. And then if you do the Karka Queen, which is in South Sun Cove, which is also another world boss that spawns like every 5-6 hours, you just by beating her, you also get another mastery point. So right now we're up to 41 mastery points. All of these are fairly easy to get. They don't require you to farm a lot. They don't require you to spend much gold. They don't require you to put much time into it. You know, just every day try to complete one of these masteries if you want. And now we're basically missing 9 more masteries, right? So the last 9 mastery points that I recommend you do is to do fractals. And yes, fractals come up again. Fractals have become really irrelevant lately, actually, with the boost that Reynolds given them, with so much attention to them, and a lot of the Core Tyria mastery points are actually available in masteries. Now, there are a lot of them that you can do in fractals to get, but I only really want to go over. Actually, we're missing only 8 mastery points. We're not missing 9 because we got 41 with the Queen, with the Skritt Queen, so we need 8 more. So these last 8 that I'm going to give you, these are the ones that I thought were the easiest to do in fractals. So if you want to check them up on your achievements list to see if you got them already, then I'd recommend you do that. And the ones you don't have yet, I recommend you do them because they're really easy. They don't take much time at all. So firstly, if you do the Hollow Hornpipe, which is the Aether Blade fractal, all you got to do is dance with one of the holograms and you get a mastery point. Super easy. If you go into the Snowblind fractal, if you just light up all the fires, and they're all near the beginning, so this should only take you like 2 or 3 minutes to do, you get another easy mastery point, and that achievement's called If We Only Had Marshmallows. And then for the third one, if you do Open Grave, which is killing all the monsters in Solid Ocean, once again, very easy to do. They're all at the beginning again. Should only take you about 3 or 4 minutes to do. Then Out of Cluck, which is in the Urban Battleground. This one you gotta complete the entire fractal. You gotta kill all the chickens in the little city, but very easy to do. If you have some friends, just split up and search the fractal in the area and just kill all the chickens, and you'll get that one pretty easily too. Then if you do Cliffside, the Cliffside fractal, at the very end there is a statue that bows to you. If you bow back to that statue, you get an easy Core Tyria mastery point. Then in the Volcanic Fractal at the very end, if you don't fall into any of the lava areas, and the lava areas are fairly small, so it's kind of hard to fall into them unless you directly walk into them. I got this on my first try, so I think it would be pretty easy for all of you. As long as you don't step into the lava, you'll be okay. Just kill the last boss, and you'll get this mastery point very easily too. Then in the Uncategorized Fractal, which is the one you see on screen that I'm doing right now, if you just jump up and never fall down, if you do the very first one, if you do tier 1 fractals, I'm doing tier 3 right there, so you'll probably see me die a few times. But if you do tier 1 of the Uncategorized Fractal, I don't know exactly what fractal level it is, but you shouldn't have a problem at all. Just take your time jumping up the little structures, and if you complete the fractal without falling down and dying, then you'll get that mastery point too. And lastly, for our 49th mastery point, I recommend doing Fancy Footwork, which is part of the Swamp mastery. All you gotta do is not get hit by any of the traps in that fractal. And that fractal is pretty short anyway, so if you fail one time, you can just quickly go back in and do it again. And that's pretty much it for all the easy core tier mastery points. I just wanted to share my list. I will have the list in the description right now as well, so if you want to take this list for your own and you want to copy it down on a notepad or something like that, if you want to get your masteries done and follow this list, I recommend you do so. The link is not the link, the list is in the description, and you can just follow it there, copy and paste it onto something. Just be aware that there are a total of 66 mastery points available, so you don't need all of them. Don't stress yourself out in trying to get all these mastery points, because there are more than you need. You only need 49 of them, and there's 66 available. Now, that means 17 of them you don't need. However, what's gonna happen is that if you end up not doing Living World Season 2, which is gonna suck really hard, you're pretty much gonna need to do every single achievement that offers you a mastery point, with the exception of one, because there are 16 Living World Season 2 achievements, and if you were to have those, then you wouldn't need 17 of them in total. But because, let's say you don't have Living World Season 2, those 17 that the average person wouldn't need, that are not included on this list, that are generally harder to do, like the Triple Trouble Worm is pretty hard to do, like getting all the Ascended Gear pieces is pretty hard to do, getting all the Culture Armor is pretty expensive, there's several other ones that are a bit harder to do. You would need to do all of those, because you wouldn't have the 16 from Living World Season 2. So this is why I so highly recommend you to invest those 200, 300 gold and get Living World Season 2. I think you'll enjoy it. I enjoyed the Living World Season 2. I thought it was very well done. So that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to go over today. Just some easy core tier mastery points to help some of you guys out who don't have it done yet. Because I did notice that a couple people in map chat, I realized yesterday when I was doing the current events, which are in game right now, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, I wish I had core tier mastery points, because I'm getting all this core tier mastery experience, but I don't have enough points." Well, I thought to myself, hey, why not make a video on that to show people that it's not really that hard, as long as you just try a little bit. So follow the list if you like the list. Hopefully it helps you out. Any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section below. I'll definitely answer any questions. If I missed one of the mastery points that's really easy to get, that you think is really easy to get, but it's not on my list, go and leave it down in the comment section. It'll help some other people out. And that's pretty much for this video. Thank you for watching. As always, plenty of other Guild Wars 2 content on the channel. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We're constantly making new videos and lots of information and helpful videos on the channel right now. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. I hope that this video helped you out in any way. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It'll really help me out. If you didn't like it, you can leave a comment below as well and give some feedback. If you have any other comments or questions, please leave them in the comments as well. And I usually try my best to answer those comments within the next 24 to 48 hours, depending on how busy I am. I also have plenty of other content on my channel about different gaming tutorials, as well as general gaming videos for Guild Wars 2, League of Legends, Minecraft, and any others that you may be interested in. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, check it out. And if you like what you see, you can subscribe too. Would really appreciate it. You can also check out my other channels and social medias as shown on the screen right now. And with that, thank you so much everyone, and this is GSmaniamsmart, and I'll be back sooner than you think. Don't go anywhere.